Hey everyone, how are you? I'm here to tell you about my favorite debit card from my favorite bank. So this is my debit card from Bethpage Federal Credit Union. If you haven't heard of them before, they're a really great credit union. They're based out of Long Island. They only have Long Island locations, unfortunately, but you could use this card in an ATM in any state, in 7-Eleven, and it does not charge you at all. So the reason that I love this bank so much is I've had them my whole life. So my dad actually had an account set up for me when I was a baby. So I've had this account for 29 years. And they're just awesome to bank with because they don't ever charge you. Say you only have like $1 in your checking account. If that were a bank like Chase or something, you would be hit with like a $35 penalty fee for not having the minimum amount. Like with Chase, for example, you have to have $1,500 in your checking account, or else you get that fee. But Bethpage doesn't charge any type of fees, which is really great. So I'm really happy with them. And besides for that reason, their interest rate is honestly horrible no matter where you go, no matter where you have your money. But theirs is slightly a little bit better than most banks. Also, they're just easy to work with. Their customer service is really great. If I wasn't totally happy, I wouldn't have had this account for 29 years, obviously. So they're definitely doing something right. I just want to start off by saying there's two circumstances in the last 29 years that I've had with them which wasn't good. So I was involved in a situation where I did some work for someone and they wrote me fake checks, and I went to go cash them at Bethpage through my account, and they gave me the cash, and then the check bounced back later and it came back as a fraud check. Now, if that was another bank, I think they probably would have said, hey, look, I'm not going to give you the cash back now. Let's just wait to see if it goes through. So unfortunately, that was just a little something like that. They're very trusting, I guess, at this bank, and they'll give you the cash back right away on something that looks like a fraudulent check. I did have the situation resolved, but unfortunately, the situation was resolved through the police department and not through the bank. So, that's a very rare occurrence. My other time that I did have a bad experience was totally not my fault. A company that I worked for gave me a check, but with the wrong check number. So they had to rewrite me a new check. And because I had deposited in my account, I got a $10 bounce back charge from Bethpage. Now, I did call them. I called customer service. I said, I've been banking with you for a long time. This is the only time this has ever happened. So they did reimburse me the $10 that they had charged for the check bounce. But that was really it. Other than that, their customer service is great. The customer service reps are very friendly. They try their hardest to take care of all your problems, and they're just really great. So if you do have I've also had situations where this happens all the time. I probably use my debit card in a gas station, and somebody, one of these scammers got my information, and someone spent $50 at McDonald's and $200 at Marshall's, and I reported the fraud to the bank, and it took about a week or two, but I ended up getting my money back in my account. So but that could happen with any bank, of course, so it has really nothing to do with Bethpage. But other than that, they're really great. I love that you could use this card at 7-Eleven, not get any withdrawal fees or anything like that. And on Long Island, it's like a 7-Eleven everywhere. So that's really the only place besides the actual bank that I would go to withdraw cash. Of course, you make a little PIN number to access your account. It's a MasterCard. Works anywhere. You could use it as debit or credit. And they're just a really, really wonderful bank, and I'm so happy with them. I've been using them for years. They did recently switch, just like most other banks and debit and credit cards, to the chip reader. I'm not a huge fan of the chip. I think sometimes it just doesn't work, and it kind of slows down the process of when you go to pay for something, but it's fine. All the banks use it. Also, all you need to open a credit or savings account with Bethpage is $5. So they're not strict at all. There's literally never any fees. You can open a CD account with them as well. That's, you know, different, of course, but overall, I've just been really, really happy with them. I think they're a wonderful bank. One time I made like a $1,000 charge. I booked a vacation, put it on my card. Bethpage called me up. They said, hey, we just want to make sure like this was you, and you know, we just want to make sure that you're the one that put this charge on your card before accepting it. So I answered the phone. I said yes, and everything was all good. So, you know, it's nice that they have people that look out for fraudulent activity and stuff like that with Bethpage as well. And it works just the same as anything else. I have I have 2 jobs that I have set up where it's direct deposit, so it just goes right into my account. I use Venmo, and that's linked to my Bethpage account. Never any charges for Venmo on there, and it's just really great. I think it's overall my favorite bank. I suggest it to everybody. If you live or work on Long Island, definitely do yourself a favor and set yourself up with a Bethpage bank account. They are literally the best, never any fees, excellent customer service, and their mobile app is wonderful as well. It always works, never have any issues with it or anything like that. So guys, this was a Bethpage debit card for Bethpage Federal Credit Union. I hope you guys found the video useful, and I thank you so much for watching my video. See you later.